It's all for me metal, it's all for me monthly, it's all for new metal, it's all for new metal. Hey, Banger fans, Blaine Smith welcoming you to another Metal Monthly, Banger's monthly look at what's coming out in metal releases. Thanks so much for coming out, and hey, thanks for supporting us on Patreon. You guys are great, you support us on Patreon, and then here I don't have to tell you to learn a skill. It's been a hard pandemic, you don't need to learn a skill. You did a good job. So if it's your first time here, off the top, I'm just listing some bigger albums that are coming out. Maybe they'll get covered on the channel as well. And then we'll get into my 5 picks of top underground releases coming out this month. So, big releases. August 6th, which I guess is in the past. This is coming out the second week. Don't we edit editing schedule? Of Sulfur is releasing the Oblivion EP on Blood Blast Distribution. Surge Tankian is releasing Cinematic on Surgical Strike. August 13th, we get more releases coming out. Lorna Shore is releasing And I Return to Nothingness on Century Media. Quicksand is releasing Distant Populations on Epitaph. Sepultura is throwing out Sepulcorda on Nuclear Blast. It's a live album. Enigmatium is releasing the very good Deconsecrate on 20 Bucks Spin. Slaughter to Prevail is releasing Costolum on Sumerian. August 20th, we've got Deaf Heaven releasing Infinite Granite on Sargent House. KK's Priest is releasing Sermons of the Sinner on EXI. Sodom, yay, woo, is releasing Bomb and Haggle. It's an EP on SPV/Steamhammer. Wolves in the Throne Room are releasing Primordial Arcana on Relapse. August 27th, we've got Turnstile releasing Glow On Roadrunner. Hooded Menace, woo, is releasing the Tritonius Bell on Season of Mist. Spirit Adrift is releasing Forge Your Future. It's an EP on Century Media. And XDO is releasing the 13 Years of Nero on Napalm. That's the big list of things coming out. Let's get into my favorite records that came out this month, the ones I'm really excited to tell you about. Besides Hooded Menace, I'm obviously really excited to talk about that. We'll talk about that. So the thing I'm most excited to talk to you about of this list of mostly death metal, I'm sorry there's not a lot coming out this month, but there's a lot of death metal and it's all very good and different. Discord's Degeneration, it comes out on Transcending Obscurity Records, of course, August 3rd, so it's in the past, but in case you didn't hear it, let's hear it now. What we have here is Norwegian death metal, but that tells you absolutely nothing about what this record sounds like. We have a very unconventional metal album cover by Sindre Foss-Skag, sorry, for a very unconventional album. So yeah, it's a death metal record, but also it's not. The song structures are very unconventional. Most of the songs are kind of just dizzying spirals more than anything like verse, chorus, or anything like that. It's a record that made me dizzy. What's super cool is you have very forward bass on it. If you are a fan of bass played in an avant-garde way, I can't think of a better place to come to than this restaurant here. This is basically Obscura if everyone took a bad batch of acid and is dealing with things very poorly. It's a death metal record in the same way that Butthole Surfer's Locust Abortion Technician is a punk record. Yeah, sort of, but just listen to it, please. It's really good. Up next, we've got Canadian friends Worm Witch releasing Wolf Hex on Prosthetic Records. It comes out August 27th. Canadian crusty black metal out of BC. And damn, look at that clean album cover by Robin Harris. No logo marring its splendor, just nice art. So I don't actually need to describe this record to you because the first full track on the album tells you what this record sounds like exactly for me. Thanks, guys. You made my job really easy. The album's first song is called Canadian Denim Mountain Attack, and that's what you get. You get some cold, great black metal on here, but every once in a while they just kick that out the door and break into some full-on heavy metal swagger, and it really makes for just a very fun record. There's a little bit of folk too to really complete that Canadian Denim Mountain Attack. It's advertised. If that sounds good to you, then this is definitely gonna sound good to you. Up next, it's more death metal. Sorry, it's a weird month. Our place of worship is silence, disavowed, and left hopeless on Translation Lost Records. No translation lost there. That's a bummer. August 27th as well. Death here is coming out of LA, and we've got an Event Horizon cover by John Zig. And hey, look at that, 2 albums in a row. They didn't mar with a logo. And what's crazy is this band has 2 cool logos. They resisted the urge, you can too. There's a rule with metal band names: 2 or fewer words, who knows what it means. 4 words, probably deathcore. 6 or more, and we're into weird artsy territory. And I definitely describe this record as artsy because it's quite weird and unusual, but if this album was an artist, it would be an incredibly self-destructive artist just slamming back whiskey and chain smoking and then outing the cigarettes on the floor of their apartment. Why are you doing that? Put them in an ashtray. Anyways, it brings a huge amount of anger. It's a very angry record, but it's that extreme nihilistic anger, so it makes everything feel really dark and hopeless. It's not like, I'm mad at the government or something. I can't believe this is 2 dudes. This is 2 dudes. They both shout and scream over each other and just make a messy soup of the falling apart of their sanity, and it all works so well. Now, a record that I couldn't not talk about, it's Oxygen Destroyers, sinister monstrosities spawned by the unfathomable ignorance of humankind. It's a very catchy title for being so long. It's on Redefining Darkness Records, of course, August 27th. It's a weird month. Get off my case. Death metal. I mean, sure, it's like blackened, deathy thrash metal. There's some death metal in there, but hey, it's not explicitly death metal. It's out of Seattle. Its cover is by Necromagarip, and it's kaiju monsters fighting, so you know that's going to be A-okay by me, because as the name might have tipped you off, it's about big monsters fighting. So they've got 2 halves of the record. The first half is like Japanese monsters, the second half is American monsters. It's really cool. And the music itself, though, is very, very fast thrash. The vocals are very black metal-y, screamed over them. Sometimes the vocals are crazy fast. The guitar solos are absolutely wild. And you get some old monster movie sound clips sprinkled throughout. So again, this is just one of those packages that seems targeted directly at me. Throw up one of those I feel seen memes or something, because I feel seen, baby. Thus we come to our palate cleanse of the month, and it's not a traditional palate cleanse. It's kind of some heavy doom metal, but again, weird month. No one was releasing heavy metal records this month. Anguish, Doom Kvadet, Sun and Moon Records, August 1st. Yeah, this is some Swedish doom metal, and it's a lot different than what we've been listening to, so it counts as a palate cleanse, damn it. I'm pretty stoked on this because it sort of sounds like the doomier parts of a Hooded Menace record, which is, hey, I like that band. The guitar tone is really great. It's that almost Lassie great. It's a great slow crawl though with a ton of atmosphere. But what really sold me on the album is the absolutely fantastic album closer. It's 10 minutes of sprawling doom. There's even a cool Candlemassy-esque section towards the end where he even hits those vocals. If you like doom metal, I feel like this really kind of is all the doom metal you need. And hey, that's it. Thanks for coming out. If you like these bands, hey, you can watch me find bands like this on Twitch, twitch.tv/metalcomedy. I do the full research for this on stream. You can also check out our Patreon campaign. You can get down below and comment at me, and we can have a go. It's a fun time. I thank you, and I'll see you next time.
They strive.